now it's Endpoint. Looking to climb to the tippy top of the tables, and we do see Endpoint start on the defense. Flames, not Flame Z. He reported back he'd like to be back to Flames.
It's in my DMs.
Yeah, he slid into Chadney's DMs, as everyone can't stop doing. I thought they were closed, Chad.
If you follow me, and I follow you back,
then you get the luxury.
One of the privileged few.
The privileged few get to slide on in.
All right, flash out mid-doors. Glaive straight up on towards the Xbox, and short control being taken swiftly here. But this is all looking a bit like a ruse. Control important, but the bomb still up towards those upper tunnels. And whether Glaive wants to sell a bit of a mid to B here or take that utility back towards upper tunnels is yet to be seen. Well, here's your answer. The mid to B split, very likely. 4 players coming out.
And it's only Robin. They've isolated him all alone. There's too many. He does well to find a single frag.
Oh, Surreal got one through the smoke, and he has double flash.
What? Yeah, so they'll clear this out close. Flames will fly in sporadically, but this is going to be a very late gathering of resources. All 4 from the doors.
This is dicey still. The flash is coming on.
Yeah, and Dupree's close. He'll eat this flash. Magis confirms. There's one at least spotted.
Oh!
It's crucial that catches him as he drops off. They're retaking nicely. It's only Device. The first tap, crucial. The second, magnificent. The third is on the cards. Can he get away? He can, and now the time favors him. Device looking to come up clutch. Flames has a kit, but he confirmed he's off the bomb again. That's the shot. He baits it nicely. Device too good, too strong, and Flames.
Does he have it?
It's right.
He might have it.
Right down to the wires. Right down. He does it. Clutches up. Device did every trick in the book to force him off the bomb. Flames holds strong.
Oh boy, that one could have gone either way there.
Bloody hell.
The moves, they were so smooth. The jumps around the corner, the baiting the shot every single time, and then overcooking the pooch here.
Let's see it again.
Oh!
God damn, look at that red line.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, he was convinced he'd done enough.
Looked like he had done enough, didn't
Yeah, got me convinced as well. All right, well, we're into our second. It will be the more conservative approach. Now, with the bomb planted and some frags happening, coming down to a 1v1, Astralis would rather just an armored scout. Device will basically go double armored scout. Everyone else just goes for a conservative deagle. And he's already setting them up for success here.
Oh, that pressure.
Yeah, a lot of it. Onto Crucial.
Crucial has to be very, very careful how he rotates around the map now. Robin's back over towards the elevated position.
Doing the same thing again?
This mid to B. Just allowing Device to look for tags here. So the fact he's gotten so much room, they can pounce on this B defender. Surreal's just jiggling the doors.
Here comes the pressure. Surreal needed a clean headshot and provides.
That's 2 players on A tag. Device can call that.
Surreal's actually pushing the issue. This is great for info. Tucks in. Scout fires off a shot to confirm still mid-presence, but they do have the CTs on A, but everyone's catching bullets with this scout. Device knows how to ply his trade. And he could even finish off the job. Surreal's just jiggling in. It's a matter of time.
He's holding the rotation.
Surreal bails himself out of trouble. Okay. Astralis' chances really do start to fall apart now.
The thing is, 3 of them you can push over with a strong breeze. All they need to do is walk on into A and hit 1 or 2 shots, and they could be on for this Astralis still.
Yeah, both of them crucial. Robin, both low. 1 shot from the deagle. Don't have to aim for those tiny heads now. Might have to do it if you're into Flames. Crossed in. Crucial the first. Knocks him off. Then the deagle frag comes in. As you highlighted, they're vulnerable.
The bomb's in the open.
And it is in the open. Flames has a chance, but Dupree does too. And just in time, they can plant.
Remember, Surreal's still low.
Pushing up the ramp. All of this hard work from Device is coming into fruition. It's just Max trying to lead by example. Trying to control his breathing.
Max!
And he does tap away. A round saved. My lord, does it come down close. That's the first 2 rounds of play. And Endpoint, yeah, you've got 2 to show for it. But you've got scars riddled across your body.
Absolute nail-biters there. And this feels like the first map did, right? They were able to get across the line, but by buckets and spades. Once we got to the second half, it was a bit tighter of an affair. And then Astralis started that punishment. I think they're going to be able to continue that punishment here. You can just take a look at the amount of cash they're working with now. Back-to-back plants. I'm confusing the first map with the first series. That's how quick these games have gone today, even with that long break.
Yeah. Let's see these shots. Just opening it up. Second time's the charm. Plants with a second to spare. And then Maxi had to really control his spray hit.
You can see Zip trying to look away. Oof. That UMP at range gets it done. Orbs out for both sides. Double for the T side already. What?
What are Astralis planning?
This is loosey-goosey.
Yeah, something else, a different flavor. Little extra sweetener in there. Device, they are holding it. He's switched on. He knows it's possible. What's his plan?
Usually wants a boosty friend.
Here he comes.
Hello, boosty friend.
They've broken off. Oh, using that arch just to get the quickest descent on the jump. Baits the shot of Crucial. No one's gone down just yet, and that could spell trouble if Dupree... Oh, the shot does not connect. They want to push the issue. He's tucked in on the half wall. Robin.
Coming in for this.
Surely you can't contest more. It's FAMAS v AK. He's brave to stick around. Gets the nade down.
Not a bad attempt either. He's dissuaded this long push. They're going to have to slow this one down. They will need to clear out car. Utility becoming a bit of an issue now for Astralis. And where do they want to finish? An ace split likely, but they're coming on in.
Finishing with double orbs can't be easy. It will if Glaive keeps hitting shots like that, and Matches provides the same. The FAMAS overrun. So is the site. They're locked out now. CT for Surreal.
Oh,
Max.
Holding on to that AWP.
Yeah, he's going to head over to save. They're both running to B to save. So all of this is just going to be a matter of time. The bomb's still loose in mid.
Okay, they've got it now. Now we can kind of relax. The Obs team catching that one right there made it look a bit scarier than it was. The fact that they had backed on off from the bomb so far away, just a matter of quickly picking that one up and walking away. Dupree spots one, rotating. Zipex finishes him off, and now it's just Max with this AWP. If they can hunt this and take this away, this would be nice for Astralis going into the first gun round. Lovely stuff for them.
I mean, it couldn't have been any more suffocating as well for Endpoint. You go down to 2 1v1s to win your first 2 CT rounds and then immediately lose everyone. If he lost the AWP as well, it would be especially punishing.
I think they know where the AWP is now because they just went and looked at mid, saw that it wasn't there. So I think Max has picked that one up in the meantime. They're just going to let him hold on to it by the looks of things. There was there was a third AWP. I'm not sure where that one ended up. That was on the body of Crucial. And these just looked too easy, didn't they?
Ooh, it was just the tip. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, you can get away with a lot. They are going to buy behind this, Alex. The 4 spies, the 1400 loss bonus doesn't leave you with too many options. Do you think this will be back and forth affair? You think Astralis just like map number 1 or just walk away with it? Because they didn't look crazy excited when they won map 1, did they?
They certainly didn't, but my heart is telling me that we've got a competitive dust too. My brain is begging me to just say Astralis smash. We'll use this round as a litmus test for how much resistance we'll get out of Endpoint on these quasi-buys. Of course, just Deagles and that AWP that was saved over by Max.
Yeah, I think beating the teams you should is a skill that needs to be acquired by the top-level teams. So I think the names like Gambit are starting to figure out now. Lots of room for Astralis here. Dupree can even just walk onto the site. Yeah, flash on over, spots one towards spawn. They can continue with some aggression here if they'd like. Magus might get caught off. Oh, never mind. He's got more help than he knows what to do with. Device from the barrels, top mid, takes one down. And they'll just saunter on in. Bomb will be dropped, carried on through, and away we go. This one smells like 2-2.
And they don't get to do too much. A single frag. Astralis can't believe their luck. They get to even keep the majority of the nades they brought into this one, so it's going to be a very minor reinvestment as they will close this gap immediately. I'm going to throw the same question back at you. I mean, are you're not obviously fully convinced by the way in which Inferno was converted in the end?
I think Endpoint, they've got some good pieces. I think we've seen individuals step up in certain moments. They have a decent understanding of how they want to approach the game. But I think as we spoke about on day one, when you look at the lions that they have around them, you know, these guys unfortunately have been drawn into the hardest group. If they were in Group C, the one we just had, with the 3 Brazilian teams, you know, we had Gambit Na'Vi in that group as well, how janky that one got. You know, maybe they get through in a group like that, right? There could be a real conversation about that. But in Group D, against Astralis now, and Astralis who had wobbles at the start, and now they've had these really long games. They're in the same room together. They're getting fired up. They've got that whole LAN situation going on. There's a lot of positives in the Astralis camp right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you go from Fnatic into Liquid into Astralis. Everyone's had an era. 63 days to complete their Grand Slam run did Liquid. Fnatic, of course, one of the very first organizations to be considered a legacy org, alongside the Ninjas when the Swedes ruled supreme. It is a stacked group. Time has passed. Let's see if Endpoint can show us. They've still got some bite left and some fight. Going to be conservative, keeping around 2K in the bank account and a little smattering of aggression. You can see they want short control.
Might get one here. The bomb's on Xbox.
I like the angle he's found.
That's a good boost for this. Oh, never mind. Maybe a little trick you can all pull out at home there if you want behind a lurk smoke. I think the average level of Counter-Strike players these days, especially in Europe, is getting better and better. So most people will have something like that up their sleeve. More boosts. Boosts on boosts on boosts as Dupree mantles the box here to cover off this short aggression. And if they peer on in, he has a great angle. It's so hard. You're going to be flicking hard left,
especially because
about the right.
You're even thinking about the potential of under the stairs. You might be looking at the floorboards.
I think for Endpoint, as long as they hold on to this AWP, this round's not a disaster. Dupree doesn't realize how close they are. Very threatening on the other side, and that's enough to make them drop away.
Max and Surreal, the two UK representatives here on mid. Astralis changing the plan. They confirm there's no action mid. Surreal realizes he's got a lot to do here and not much time to get into the right spot. The jump just as they come on in. Crucial saves the day. One caught on the cross. 18 seconds. They have to get this bomb across. They don't have a smoke. They'll use the molly instead. Vision. It's there. Minimal though, and Zipex puts the right bullets in the right place for the cross. With a couple of seconds to spare, he wants to deny it, lays his life on the line in pursuit of glory. Astralis will deny.
I'm surprised Crucial got involved in that. I said as long as they didn't lose the AWP, the round's not a complete disaster. They lost the AWP. Now they won't have an AWP. That's a disaster. That is not what you want. If Endpoint now could have been operating with that AWP, they could set up their gun rounds as they'd like. I think Crucial is an integral part of their CT rounds with the AWP, so going down here is going to sting. And you can see that immediately reflected in the buy of FAMAS and an MP9 instead of rifles and AWPs. And, well, guess what? There's also only one defuse kit in place, so how are they going to fare against this one? Device waiting in the smoke, takes a pot shot. No damage done, and ready to hit B they are. Hello, Max. Oh, they'll even call that off. Astralis, they're just doing this pack roll style. We've been seeing, this reminds me a little bit of Spirit. Remember the way they'd go back and forth with their packs, and then once they found that gap, they'd just initiate, right? So it's looking like Astralis are doing similar scenes over here. They'll just continue to go back and forth, ping-ponging between the two. Minute on the clock, so still lots of time to work with, and definitely slow scenes. Flashback into bedroom. Zip will clear close. Nothing to worry about. Starting to force out utility here, though, and Flames, with that smoke, will give up the indication he's close. If he wants to push any further, he's actually left a bit of a gap in that.
Seems like Astralis do want to force the issue at B again.
Oh, this is a lot of info for Flames.
Yeah, if he times this right. Oh, the CT's on 8. Have no info until he turns this corner. Oh, and he's got a chance. Backs are turned. Knife strafe doesn't eliminate Dupree. There's another one spotted, but on B, the test is passed with flying colors. Astralis sent out of B, only Zipex, the loose end, and with 15 seconds left, he either wants to die or give it a good go. He'd have to charge, just hold it W into the spray of Max, and he has hit the first. 8 seconds. Think he thinks better of it?
Oh, they're trying to fight him as well. If he got running in there, he maybe gets a scalp or two. Could have been a crazy Zipex clutch, and not the ones we're used to. AWP picked up for Crucial, M4 for Robin, upgrades for everybody. Endpoint, they get one back, 3-3. And they didn't wince, right? Even with a little of late presence towards long. Flames' info right there was able to give them a lot of info. The A players just stood waiting, dear if it was going to be a mid to be or a short play, and they locked this one down. So good stuff from Endpoint there. A lot of other teams would have rotated prematurely. Buy still good for Astralis. Back out they go. Device towards this long pick one more time, but they keep smoking him, so he can't even stand and wait.
Ooh, he's going for it. Sound cues, half of his health. That's an unfortunate spread from Flames.
Yikes.
Split and pick. Crucial set up on this line. Robin to nade on the first shot. Glaive's already walked up. He'll be completely blind and immediately tested. Matches
Max went down.
Max elsewhere. That was on a B push. That really does slow things down. Glaive on the site, they don't have the info. Flames trying to provide something, but now the swing from dupreeh is coming. Caught out, they have the site. Astralis are pulling Endpoint around this map, and again, they just have to accept their fate.
Oh, the chase is on. Glaive wants to take these guns away. Ooh, all right, calls that one off. That's with more damage from back tunnels as well. That's a second kill. Another save, or another attempted save.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much Astralis are going to give for this save.
If he just walks in through doors, there's such a massive gap. I don't think they know that a player can be this close.
Yeah, I think Crucial being posted up here is a bit of a false sense of security. Oh, there they go. Oh, both easy. Weapons found. Astralis punished. They really do add additional salt into the already gaping wound. CT are in trouble. 1900, 3K on the high end. And just from one round, Tracer Fire was all Magisk needed.
Yeah, I was so perplexed by that because I saw the type of kill and where Max was positioned, and I wondered if it was just a blind spray from Magus through the smoke. Well, it wasn't a blind spray. He had the tracers to work with, but still picture perfect to hit that one. Pistols again for Endpoint here. A couple of Deagles, 4 of them, as late one ball out of spawn. A little bit of util, and Crucial has a P250, so they all managed to get an upgrade.
Joy.
Yeah, it's the best of a bad situation. But just going through the paces right now. Business as usual. Another day at the office, literally for Astralis. I think that must do wonders for your mental state after, you know, being cooped up at home playing from your own bedroom for the better part of a year, and now you're in the environment with the boys, you're getting that camaraderie back. We've been speaking about the power of the boot camps, the power of the facilities.
It's no coincidence that all of the best teams in this year period have been those at boot camp. Heroic, Gambit, to name a few.
You see the reactions from them as well. We're in the room, they're a lot more fired up, they're a lot more hyped. It's not just yourself in your own echo chamber and the team speak.
So Robin fully kind of screwed himself with the Kevlar vest here. $500, so let's see if you make it count. Ooh. The answer's no.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of loss bonus, so this is just going to peter off, I think, for Endpoint. We'll have to wait till the guns get back before we see if they're too threatening. A kill.
Two?
Ooh, is nice. All right.
So hold on. If Mighty Max hits that, and if this duel isn't quick, Glaive, he's being hunted. Flames survives just long enough. The Glock is out. Pressure is on. Max caught with his pin pull. Glaive with the moves. The burst into the backside. 10-second defuse for Max. He needs this kill. He needs it now. Glaive just being so dynamic. Keeps moving. Max needs this frag. And now he's opted for the smoke. 10-second defuse, and his toes are sticking out of the smoke. Not ideal. Unfortunate end to a valiant attempt to double from Supreme. Surreal, excuse me, with a Supreme Deeg.
Always had to eat my words again, for a second there, didn't I?
He identified where they were both coming from. A quick jiggle, spotted Max, and then immediately got out of dodge.
It looks so chaotic at 1 second, and then I think that head shake is kind of what I was thinking too. It's like, really?
What?
Like, that's what you're going to go for? The smoke diffuses with 10 seconds?
Oh, Glaive, more than he bargained for. My lord. They just had their world rocked. Magisk and Glaive, legs shaking. The 23 for Magisk on the low end. That's a punish from the double nades to start us off. It is only Deagles. That was all of their util aside from the B defender.
Coming back to dupreeh, if they can deal with dupreeh mid doors, that'll give them a chance in the round with all the early damage that Glaive and Magus have sustained. And B is the right place to finish. Surreal showing off his paracord knife there. And they've got the real estate they want, Astralis. Holding mid to B like this, with the rotation as we can see it, this is perfect. That molly, not so much. And now Crucial has a chance.
He's being held. Surreal under so much pressure. If he could just get that smoke out, he'd live for it. He's already dropped it tons, and so he will just have to try and Deeg, stabilizing into dupreeh. Confirms Device has the sight. Bomb, though, on Glaive as he gets spotted out, and the frags do just keep going Astralis' way. Max tries to force the issue into the second. It just feels like for the Endpoint POV, there's always a second. You have your one-on-one, and then a second Danishman. Danishman?
Yeah, they're the friends of the Danes.
Yeah, watch out for those Danishmen. Like the Dutchman. They're always there to pick up the pieces.
Britishman?
Britishman.
Aussieman.
I always fall into Dutchman because of the Flying Dutchman. It's just like a sick name for a boat.
Look, I don't want to get... every time I talk about geography and like places in Europe and stuff, I sound like such a spanner.
You were
I've got
raised
no idea.
so far away from like relevant geography. You know, you had so much water between you and like any countries you needed to be concerned with.
Yeah, I guess.
You can plead ignorance on that one.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's around Perth anymore. I haven't been there in so long. Rottnest Island. You'll have to come visit one day, Alan.
No one has Perth on their list, though.
Nobody even cares about Perth.
But maybe that's, you know, you need to sign up to the tourism board and start promoting it.
I tell everybody about the quackers.
The quackers? Oh, those are the little teddy bear looking things.
Yeah, half kangaroo, half rat.
Oh, that does sound like a perfect pet.
You can't keep them as pets. You only find them in one place, and they have no predators.
That's until I arrive.
It's a really dark story that I could follow through with there, but we'll leave it for an eco round because we're heading into B.
Max, what have you got for me, dude? Surreal's there as well. Completely blind. It's actually a team flash as well, so more salt into the wound. Up high, good control, not enough. Glaive just leaps into another frag for Astralis, and this B site is being bullied. Just horrible acceptance here from the CTs. You know it's too far gone. You lost your players, they couldn't find the frags, it's just damage. The flash is suppressing you, and you can't even catch the exit.
That one's going to sting.
Yeah.
Save gun would have been nice. You have to consider they do have the max loss bonus in play, so if they did hold on to that extra rifle, they could have dropped enough guns across. I talk about the magic number being 3. Wow, that's not going to be so easy to pull off now that Flames is dead. And Astralis is just handling business right now. Limiting the amount of kills, just showing some simple explosions. I like that smoke from Max on the back of the car when he was under pressure to force them onto wider lines, but...
That's the widest of lines he could have taken, I suppose.
Yeah, just jump on over the smoke. If you can't go through it, can't go over it, can't go under it. Is that how it goes? I forget that song. Something to do about a bear. Is there a bear?
Yeah. And then you have to, what do you swallow if you want to swallow the bear trap to catch the bear?
Okay, we're merging the nonsense songs together at this point.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, but let's see. It's just a partial investment for Endpoint.
But it hasn't felt realistic with a full buy. Never mind just the saved rifles. One of them has just been tagged down to 50 on his cross. Crucial. Already met Device's AWP partially.
Yeah.
Flames has actually been flashed in for an attempt here on Tons, and again, the pair are ready. The nades are there in response. It's good damage. If only those Deagle bullets from Flames had connected just a single one. The stack nades could very well have kept this an even keel.
I feel like we've said it's good damage in most of these rounds, right?
Yeah.
We've done decent damage, like in terms of utility or getting some tags or maybe even getting some frags, but Astralis are even just peppering Max. He's trying to walk away. He doesn't want to be at the doors, guys. Let him go. He's trying to walk back to A.
Oh, a big find. Short-lived celebrations from the exchange on mid. Max to fill the gap. If he could recover the orb, he could certainly hold this line more actively than he is with the Desert Eagle. And Dupree ready. He strikes. Mid open for business, as is Dust 2. Robin, Surreal, last two. They're in the right place. If they time it right, Surreal does convert onto Zipex. And that enables a lot more space, but just walking in willy-nilly, Dupree announces his presence, and now Robin on long for the first. Glaive already planting on the short box. Oh.
He's just waiting. He's just hiding.
Biding his time, yeah, and he's going to assume it's clear. The smokes and the flashes, he lives on. Only just.
It's interesting now, though.
He has a flash of his own design. If he could just isolate Magisk and no, just the crab walk across. Posting an 8th. Astralis look very, very comfortable now.
I know that round was more of like a wait and see where the guns were from Astralis type of round, but Dupree had 2 players just walk into his line of sight. At mid doors trying to get the AWP backs, Mighty Max goes down. At long doors trying to pick up the rifle, Surreal goes down. So just walking to their demise right here, Endpoint. Now we will see the guns come back out. It will be a double AWP setup, and this might be the last chance. Hurrah, as Astralis are already up to 8. No tag on the cross this time round, so we can all take a big breath. Setting up for at least some B harassment is, oh boy, Magus can 2 towards the lower tunnels here. So the default spread, they've already taken the initial territory, and flashes are good to keep Surreal at bay as well. Oh, flash, smoke, blind, bullets, everything.
And that's just one man.
Oh, did he catch it? I think he did. Lots of talking after that jiggle back. So a good idea of a player being up close and personal. He'll take this B anchor lurk a little bit more passive, but a type of setup like that will give you an indication for a mid to B.
Yeah.
Glaive pressuring it.
They want it again. Very passive hold from Zipex on that long, funny business. Flames has previously flanked them as they set this one up.
Well, they've identified where 3 players are. 2 are in the B site and 1's jumping long. There's just the last 2 to find, and now they know there's a nade through CT spawn. You know where 4 of the 5 CTs are right now. Good
point. Endpoint are helping the Astralis piece this together just from the nades that are leaving their hands. Magisk is stubborn as a mule. He's trying to nutmeg onto Max. Tucked in on the corner, loud.
Going in.
Oh yeah, and Magisk does catch a timing. Max just couldn't react in time, and now a lot of pressure onto his shoulders here. They're walking in. He peeks on the flash, but Device is too quick. Just before it pops. And another horrible and harrowing moment for Endpoint as the realization sets in.
You can see just the sound and the utility being used against Endpoint there, right? That Zipex camera that we showed was perfect to show that the jump peak of Flames at the doors, that's one player. We had already noted that there was spam coming from back of Plat, and as Megas jiggled away from tunnels, he saw the player close. That's 3 players. And then once that nade got thrown from CT spawn to mid doors, that's the 4th. You would assume that the last player either playing mid long, goose, something like that. It's a fair assumption that a mid to B, you're going to get away with at least not going into a stack. And that gamble play through the upper tunnels there to catch one off guard, brilliant stuff. 9 on the board, looking fantastic. Astralis at a 2-0. I'm sure they'll be happy with that after how stressful some of these games have been.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Just finding something convincingly for the Astralis squad. And to say convincing, I mean, let's not forget we had an 8-7 half on the first map, an incredibly competitive start for Endpoint's T side. It fell by the wayside in the second. Kept honest with 3 CT rounds. And here in the first half of this second map, second series, it's not going swimmingly for the mix of European nationalities. We got opening kills check-in. It's everyone. In fact, multi-kill check-in is better. Zipex, Magisk, both with 3 apiece. What's Glaive cooking up now?
He's just going to walk through the doors. Oh, he even spotted the jump. This harassment is unreal. Surreal is pinned. What are you going to do?
You always feel under so much scrutiny.
Yeah, he's had to cower away to CT. That's going to leave B completely vulnerable. Just Max over there, and they've had a tough time of it against Magisk.
Oh, here we go. Looks like Glaive's got something fast. Jumps up. Nice frag. Crucial. Saves the day. He even spots the shoulder of another. Doesn't pull the trigger in time. But a first frag for Endpoint. They cannot afford to lose another here, and this is the timing Surreal was waiting for. Anticipating another, confirms the bomb, or the AWP at least is there. May not have spotted the bomb on his back.
This should be an Endpoint round.
2-man advantage, dude. They have to hold on to this.
Well, still Max over towards B to be dealt with. He's tucked in towards Car. If Dupree wins this.
Oh my god, Dink exchange. Now the smokes can completely obscure the cross. They'll even find another as it blooms. Oh dear. Bomb in, planted comfortably.
Oh, he can't be too noisy. He's going to get hurt tunnels.
Zipex very passive line in. He's ready for you. Flames too easy to go down. Now Dupree wants to force the issue, stop the save. Surreal with his knife out and his back turned, just ratting the smoke. Confirms it's clear. And Astralis, another B plant, another on the board. 10 in total already on this D side affair.
They should send 2 out for a hunt here. They have so much money right now. Astralis, take away this AWP, take away this rifle, give Endpoint absolutely nothing. Zipex is clearing out T-spawn, tucked in towards green box will be Surreal's position, so hard to clear him on out, and Crucial tucked in all the way towards Pit. So the guns will be saved, but that was a 3-on-5. Crazy how that 3-on-5 quickly became a 3-on-2. It was simple as this. Dupree, entry onto Max, he gets the dink, but it's not enough. Through the smoke, the second, and at that point, you're already locked out of the B bomb site. That's it. Flames was the only way back in, and Noisy through spawn. Maybe he was heard there by Zipex. Regardless, the point was covered off. 10-3. The best Endpoint can get now is 5, and 5 would be pretty good, all things considered.
This time out long. A whole new source. I mean, it's pretty apparent where they are, Chad. I just heard 3 AKs unload into a smoke.
Guys, I think they're out long. Well, pushing tunnel is a pretty good response, but depending on when they cross, Glaive might be back here to deal with this push.
Oh,
and Device has also got Crucial on the cross. Nothing they do is working right now. It's just walking into the crosshairs of Astralis. And then when the issue needs to be forced, they get the damage, but they don't get the kills.
I can understand exactly what's happening in Crucial's mindset there as well. You know, they know Long's lost. He knows that they cut noise, potentially going back up short. Robin's desperate for info so he can focus on the long cross. And in doing so, Device collects another. Oh dear. More headshots, more destruction, death and demise. It goes both ways, though.
Bombs down.
That's something from them. Molly onto the default spot. Flash for the walk-up. And they want to contest this. They actually catch him perfectly. Flames flashed. Frag from Robin. Device. Oh, he's not ready. And Robin hits the shot he had to. Double kill from Robin. He'll scavenge an AWP. That is a save from Endpoint.
That's a big round to win, and I said 5 wouldn't be too bad. They're setting themselves up for at least 4, 11-4. Zonic, the man, the coach on the other side of the server. We've heard what he has to say about that scoreline. Let's see. How far can they push the issue? Lots of money in the bank balance here. Astralis will be able to buy in this maneuver, right? Just dropping down a spawn, changing the elevation. Device was not ready for that by any means. And the Dak is out. No damage found through the door. Surreal and Max wiping the sweat off their brow, and more contact towards Long. Look at Device.
Look at him go. Look at him go.
Oh!
It's Crucial who's ready. Not this time.
He got there so quick.
Yeah, but they are going to continue to hurt. You know Astralis like to turn these tables. All it takes is a frag onto B. They're walking out the smoke. Max is unprepared. He's even been spotted. They're coming from every angle, and it's just a disaster. Endpoint crumble with a man advantage, no less, and you're smoked off CT. This is 11 every day of the week. What have you got for us, lads? Such short-lived celebrations.
2 mollies for this, one back of plat, maybe one towards the car position.
Like, this is the equivalent of after you've had the confetti, realizing you have to sweep it up. Oh, and Magic's even coming right on behind him just to play spoiler. You just feel humiliated. Robin, couple, 3 in quick succession. My God, has he got any chance? He has to hunt the box frag. He knows where he could be. Needs it now. Dancing around the box. You naughty boy. Zipex denies.
Got my birth certificate one day.
Yep, that's it.
Do you think...
What should we call him?
Sponge.
Sponge.
Oh, dearie me. Okay.
Because he's so self-absorbed.
That is actually a good way of putting things. It's been getting more and more these last couple of years. But Zipex, he loves forcing the issue with these dualies.
Look at this. This is a naughty one because, I mean, Flames, he's played this tunnel's position on their pistol default for many times, you know, and I don't think many times he's encountered a dually double push straight behind him. Device as well, is that's going to only worsen things, and the double Ds are out tonight. Everyone loves to watch those. On the cross. Glaive is there as well. That's a perfect flash. They can get across on that. They don't, though, because that kept at bay. It's still more from the double. Dupree, Device, all 5. And they're speedrunning their way towards a quick 2-0.
Yeah, and these dualies, I'm curious. I really want to see them.
Why is everyone buying them?
Well, I remember the keto play in Banana where he gets the ace, right?
I remember that only play.
Exactly. And sure, maybe there's a couple where there's a multi-kill. You can justify top hut. But it might be something that's getting run in practice all the time that we never really get to see come to fruition. So I'd love just to have one of the players in front of our eyes here. But it's going to be the full economical.
Okay. Never before seen. The stunt. Wow. Oh, yeah. How long can he keep it up? He's slipping off. He's slipping off. Flames. Okay, they've created a whole new game show.
Hold up, let me get the timer out. Getting my stopwatch out.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, he's on over the 10-second mark.
Oh, this is like bull riding.
It's exactly what it is. We found a Counter-Strike equivalent. Someone needs to be kicking the football, and it's a full play park.
Why did I say I need to get my timer out? There's a literal timer at the top of the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
What am I, an absolute idiot or something?
No, you just wanted to have the actual stopwatch. You wanted to live the fantasy. I understand.
Well, why are they fighting him? Come out and play. This is what, guys, for everybody at home, this is what they do in the warm-up. This is what they all just run around, do silly stuff. They play with Rush. Everybody's friendly. And then we get in the server. It's action. It's headshots.
Look at that angle. Oh, Glaive. Oh, yeah, anyone else putting their head in the vice?
They're having fun with it. Yeah. I got to respect it. Everybody's laughing in the server, and so are we.
Yeah, fair play.
Good sports, Endpoint.
Good sports indeed. They have really, I mean, they have risen to the occasion. They were put in a disastrous set of circumstances. We've said it once. This is the last time I'll repeat it.
Because we're not working tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true. Having fun with it all the same, but
yeah, I love
this
it.
game losing its competitive nature unless we see these AKs convert something here. Crucial, tasked with it, and Brave taking long against Astralis. Let's see if they can contest. He's fast, so fast he catches off Device. If Zipex has gone 2, we have a chance, but no, immediately regains control. Nade onto 1, swinging out, pushing forward. Zipex forces the issue, and another for him. Jumping around, it's too easy. Bloody hell, Zipex. Living his John Wick fantasy.
How many guns he picking up? He's got an AK now.
I don't know what Endpoint did to his dog, but Zipex just demands respect. 17-5 as he pads the stats nicely on this testing gun round. Oh, and it's far from a test for Max. This one is pure punishment. Oh, he's even told him where he is. Surreal. Got himself one with the element of surprise alone. Glaive's not going to give him anything. They consider the blue box boost, which would really set Zipex up for another. Surreal needs a quick one. The molly to blue bin, not ideal. Might be enough to segregate. And there they are with the double. Make it triple peak. Astralis, they're not pulling any punches here. They want to get this one done. Don't want to give Endpoint any chance, any respite to start equipping more AK-47s. We said that previous round was important, Chad, but this is the fallout of that concession.
Looks like Endpoint are conceding 15. They're not going to shove all their chips into the middle of the table here. They're going to keep it conservative before they get into round number 20. If they can get a couple of Deagle headshots, then maybe we can get cooking. But I'm not going to start the comeback story with Endpoint. It's not a VP. It's not a Liquid. It's not an AG. It would be miraculous nonetheless, but we haven't seen them with these gargantuan scoreline comebacks yet. And as the first pin hits the deck, 15 is looking more and more likely here. Damage done to Maxi Boy. Zipex might even finish him off with that HE if he's not careful. Bowling Shane. Oh, top spin on that one. Well, there goes the smoke, so they've only got one left now.
Never feels good as a under-equipped T to be throwing your limited util just to survive and stand your ground. Device has got another.
How many more are you going to find here? It is just a bit of a shooting gallery right now. Crucial top mid.
He's just like willing to take any of these. Just on the edge of the barrel, Robin peeks in and hits the only way he could possibly have taken Device out of this round. Short-lived celebrations here. He loses his teammate, his partner in crime. Glaive is coming fast and furious out along.
Flash was good.
Oh, he's not even considered Glaive. So Dupree and Glaive combine for the 15th. Now, Endpoint, they were saving all of their funds for this one. 20th round, and already Astralis with 11 series points.
Yeah, let's see if we can get past anything here on this T side from Endpoint. 2 AKs, AUG, AWP for Device was picked on up. Zipex still rocking those Julies, of course. The final round of play here. Scope up in mid. Nobody going to oblige with a fight. Lots of presence over towards these tunnels. Flames outside long. Just a default spread, so if Device gets a kill in mid here, we might see this one quickly fall apart.
He's fired off the shot. They know he's there.
Flames is working long right now, so just behind these smokes, making sure nobody can push. Even firing off a couple bullets to let him know he's home. But look at this rotation back from Astralis. Heavy to deal with the mid to B. The boost up and over. Dupree will now be able to help out his compatriots over towards the B bomb site.
Gonna get a bit smoky on A for a sec. The CTs, though, throwing out one of their own in order to completely nullify that first one. I mean, they do have enough for the next sec, so pulling that util out, and Crucial's given a gift. Pulls the trigger as his screen goes white. Device no longer a part of this fight. 50 seconds, gathered on short. Flames late long. And Glaive's still holding on to his incendiary so he can throw this behind the wall they're about to establish. And wants to push the issue. Slight one way. Surreal has provided another. The trajectory's clear. They know where Zipex is holding from, and so taking a lot of liberties and a lot of space. A duel again from Surreal.
They'll give him this one. And I don't mean they'll give it because they have a chance in the retake, in the sense of they'll give up a round. Endpoint will get their 5th. The save from Astralis already called. And we have to wait before we can go again. dupreeh has a lot of money with that AWP as well. Zipex has enough to buy himself. So this one's looking all good for Astralis to have a gun round next. And just hanging around. I think that this is the thing, like, teams are so aware now when the save's going to come in, right? Like, this is one of these situations where these guys are just hanging out, playing silly business.
Don't get those every time, though.
No. Surreal did well there to find the second, running down, taking Zipex out of the equation. (15-5). All right. This is one of those matter of time games.
Yeah, if you did put the kettle on, probably about now's the time to be taking that tea bag out over the course of that break. What's 3 minutes the sweet spot for a black tea?
I'm not sure. I'm not a tea expert.
No?
My tea is lemon. Just lemon in hot water. So it's not really tea.
No, if anything,
it's another name.
Just kind of fruity water.
Yeah.
I suppose. Doesn't have the same ring to it. We'll refine it, take it to the lab. And the boost early.
Hello.
Spotted out. Surreal realizes it's probably not the one. Astralis long gone. dupreeh, this double orb, this time postured for the mid-info.
Oh, they're gathering back towards long right now. Are they sure that Flames has slipped the net? He's actually just dipped back in the doors.
Oh, and the flash does force the shot and take the space back into endpoint control. They are loud about this. Smokes on A.
They're doing it again. They've been pushed back very quickly from that, and they're not really working with a lot of room, so all just clustered here on Cat. It is still just Flames hanging out outside long. If they want to pivot for a mid to B, they can isolate 2 players on the site. Going for the double pump here, second wave. I think Max is trying to sell something. It will be the mid to B.
Yeah, dupreeh and Magisk haven't moved a muscle through this whole thing. In fact, dupreeh will catch the first. He was posted up, can drop the smoke, 30 seconds. That will shave some time off. But Surreal, he's missed the smoke. They can walk through the doors. And he's got them both. Another high-impact round from Surreal. Oh, it could have gone wrong in so many different ways, but it's Surreal's double into B that extends Endpoint in the face of 15. They get 2 in a row, extending the inevitable. Zipex on CT with that orb. Seems like Robin does want to force the issue a little bit.
Yeah, it'll get them onto an eco, so I don't blame them whatsoever.
They got Flames on long. I wonder if he knifed out, he could be getting that dankest of flanks. Robin confirms he's still CT. Zipex a tag.
Has to win this fight, Zipex.
Pressure's mounting. Does still hit the shot, and yeah, Flames wasn't interested in going for more. Zipex lives on and preserves the orb, so that could play a large role into what's coming next.
Maybe it won't be just a full eco like I was prescribing, but you can see to the left-hand side there as Surreal comes in the door, that's dupreeh's smoke. He completely missed that one, and that was likely to be the difference maker, right? They would have had to only worry about 2 channels. One would have been window, one would have been upper tunnels, but the fact he misses that means Surreal can just stroll on through. Device has been dropped across the AWP, makes a lot of sense, and some light upgrades across a few of the members. So this is about enabling Device. They need to set him up. They need to hope that he can search and find them a frag or 2.
Works so well in this mid line, though. You really can't give him any tests. He's jumping for info as best he can. Didn't spot too much on Suicide. Mighty Max, however, is he going to assume it's clear? If he's not alert on this Xbox, dupreeh can catch a timing. Early smokes for the mid push. And look at Surreal go! He's so fast before the smokes even bloomed. And now he's already through. Max will catch the one on CT, but Surreal's tucked in on B and Magisk is all alone. Shouldn't have much more to say about this one. Looks like Astralis are already positioning to save Device on A with the orb, the rest just to see what they can get.
Magisk is still in B.
He's flashed now. Perfect.
Yeah, all right, well, they will just try and hold on to what they have. A couple of exits for Zipex and dupreeh would be nice in this one, but clawing back in it now, Endpoint, they're up to 7. And after the first half, it's been a tough battle. Now they just needed the pressure of being down. Lovely shot there. dupreeh's going to find himself an AK-47. How much more can he get with this?
dupreeh's birthday the other day.
28 now.
28 years young. Still seems to have the drive to compete at the highest level. It's his priority, and it's very clear.
They really don't want to let him get this AK. Oh, and he will not succeed on his little adventure there. dupreeh goes down. Now there's enough money for Astralis to buy. Still with that device AWP. Can't get the secondary out on dupreeh just yet. Good long spawns. Not for the AWPer.
I mean, Surreal has had 2 high-impact rounds in these attempts since Series Point was found.
Yeah, interested they're not going to use that long spawn on Surreal. Like you said, he's been pretty good on those openers. They just keep sending him in as a bit of a crowbar. He's just walking straight out middle again. Xbox jumping on up. Calls close, short, clear. Mid doors called clear. They sell a bit of a short play here and pounce onto B. They could isolate that one defender.
Yeah, the smoke's going to come out early. It's worked for them before. Glaive's util confirms he's holding from close CT. Surreal doesn't take any damage just yet, and they're walking in. Magisk, what have you got for us here? Robin in flames. They need this frag. They need it cleanly. Far from clean. He does adjust in time. Magisk doesn't finish his task. The nade will. Smokes are there, though. Robin has the sight. The bomb's on its way. dupreeh and Glaive, they want to contest. They'll go on a flash. He's straight through into Robin's warm embrace, and Crucial will take another. Just like
save.
that, the round is gone. Astralis to save, and another gap closer from Endpoint.
Well, 4 in a row now. 4 in a row, and it's not seeming like it's too difficult for them. They're getting a lot of this mid control that they're wanting. They're just being able to pounce together. They're trading efficiently, getting the room. Astralis stunted here. Lost bonus currently up to the 2,900 for next round. And if we take a quick look at the finances, it shouldn't be a buy. It can be another partial around the 2 saved guns. Glaive would be able to purchase in. It is just dupreeh and Magus who can't. They drops, yeah.
For any of our newer viewers, Chad, perhaps it would be a good time to start discussing as to why in competitive Counter-Strike, we've seen a tendency for T-sides to be closing in on the lead almost every time. You know, 9, 10 rounds on a T-side par for the course on Dust 2. What makes the CT side so difficult?
On Dust 2 specifically?
Yeah.
I think one of the things is you need so much utility, and some of the situations can be spawn-based. Like locking down long, you will see teams take that 4-man A lean as a gamble.
As they just did, yeah.
Yeah, and that it leaves you big gaps, right? It leaves you mid as an opening, or it leaves you as B as an opening, because there's so many more pressure points across the map when you take those gambles. You also have to consider the economy situation. If you lose a bomb site like B, and you haven't traded efficiently, and you're not even close to get in for a retake, you may as well save, especially when you're sitting on such a lead like this.
Oh, that's a bad death for Crucial. He'll be hating that one. That was just the scout as well. Glaive was supposed to be the bait, and then the switch was the AWP. Didn't even need the second part of that sentence. Flames, though, taking matters into his own hands with, safely gained info. dupreeh, you little rascal.
Device wants a fight on this. Flash does nothing. His in return sends Flames a running.
Well, I mean, Astralis could not have asked for a better opener to close this one out. Admittedly, there are still the Deagle asterisks. Hard to pluralize that one. Asterisk I. But they're in entirely the right place, and everyone's committing to this. Now, let's make no mistake. A lot of teams work well with long control late, and fortunately, Device can pick at its food one by one. They pull 2 more. Where that came from. Mighty Max is giving him a way in. That was the AWP. Hard to retrieve. Scouts and Deagles. Magisk will pick it up to finish the job, and another shot from Robin. Endpoint requiring the 2v5 now, all onto Robin. 1 versus 3. He heard the reload, knows elevator's a threat. Glaive spotted out as well. He can find, isolate them. First is found. And now Robin can take his time, get that bomb down. Xyp9x on long. Where does he go for this after plant? He's piecing it together, considering his options. And Xyp9x, the duel, this is everything. And he does once again convert, they're turning it around. Device with 3 kills, now Glaive, no armor. Does he have hope? Robin, looking the wrong way, and he's gonna go down. Astralis will finish it. Heartbreak and an attempt there, 2v5 comes right down to the one-on-one. Defuse to seal the deal. Astralis, a big win.